So, welcome everybody. And today we're going to talk about how accountants can generate more clients by leveraging AI. Give me 1 second. Okay. Gotta get everything situated. Okay, so about to go ahead and get started. Notification. Okay, great. All right, turn that down. All right. So, welcome. And I want to go ahead and get this started. I'm going to talk about how accountants can leverage AI to build their clientele and grow their business. So, this is going to be a real good session for the accountants out there. I know it's busy during tax time. The rest of the year can sometimes get slow, but with this system, you can actually automate your marketing and you can start generating clients year round. Keep your pipelines full year round, and it's all really working in autopilot. So, before we get started, I'm Mr. Marketology. I am a marketing strategist that leverages AI based marketing automation in order to help businesses grow and scale. And I have been working with companies for the past probably 20 years. I know you're saying, well, AI hasn't been out 20 years, but I was doing marketing strategy as well as marketing automation, but AI now that is something that's giving more resources to businesses. I've picked that up in order to help guide companies on how they can leverage that technology and that power to make their lives a lot easier and their businesses grow a lot faster. So let's go ahead and get started into it. I am going to share my screen. And let me see. Let me share my screen real quick. Okay. And we should be able to start seeing the screen. And I'll go ahead and get started. So, I want to talk about how you can revolutionize your business and harness the power of AI to obtain and retain more clients automatically. So let's talk a little bit about the accounting business. A lot of us look at accountants as just bookkeepers and tax preparers, but CPAs, y'all do so much more when it comes to the finances of businesses as well as personal lives. And so, because of that, you have so many hats to fill or to put on, and shoes to fill. It sometimes can become overbearing, overwhelming, right? So I want to not only show you how you can leverage AI to market your business, how you can set up automation to automate the process, take a lot of this off your plate. But I also want to show you how you can leverage it to grow your business without spending additional time, additional money, additional resources, things of that nature in order to do so. All right. So, first of all, you know, AI has been a pivotal point in attracting and retaining new business, um, and streamlining that process. Instead of having it to where you have to depend on ads to stop and go. If you're putting money into ads, that's how you're getting more business flowing through. The minute you stop putting money into ads, your money, your business stops. This allows you to keep people in the pipeline, um, reach them when they're ready, make the actual experience, the customer journey, something that's a pleasurable one. That's one of the challenges I found for a lot of businesses, especially accountants out there. The experience sometimes are hit or miss. It's not a seamless experience. Communicating with them, getting on their calendar, talking to them about different questions and challenges you may be having in the financial space may not be as easy with one accountant to another. It's one of those things where a lot of times, if they don't have systems and processes in place, you're at the call of their availability if they're in the office and they have time for you. There's no system in place to make them feel as if they are valued as a customer. Let me give you an example. I remember I used to have an accountant that system was so well that at the end of the year, I already knew they would send me a checklist of things that they needed for tax time. They would already send me my profit loss information. They would have my books balanced. Everything was in autopilot. They also had a training system in place to where I could look at different pieces of information inside their portal to see exactly what new things have come down through the tax laws and so forth. So I was informed. There's nothing worse than being informed by somebody on the street and you have an accountant and you're like, why didn't you tell me that? And they don't have an answer for that. So everything was running very smooth. And I like that even more than the actual accounting that they did. Now, the accounting that they did was very competent. It was good, but everything else was seamless. It was very well put together. And I had worked with a lot of other accountants where it wasn't, where you had to hunt them down, try to find them in order to actually have them give you information or help you with your business or look at different challenges you may have been having at the time. You had to kind of hunt them down and wait for them on their availability, and the process was very painful. So whenever you dealt with them, you used to get anxiety. I used to really get anxiety around the time tax time came, not just because it was tax time, but the experience was very painful. So you want to make sure that that experience is a good experience, and you can automate a lot of it to where you don't have to physically be involved with each and every one of your clients all the time. You can still make it personal, professional, even if you're not there 24/7. All right. Now, another thing AI will give you, it'll give you a competitive edge. It's based on data, and you are about numbers. And so you understand how important numbers and data is. And AI is basing things on information and data. And based on the information and data, it's helping you make better informed decisions. And so that's very important to know when you're putting together your campaigns, you're putting together your processes, that you're doing it based on data and not assumptions. All right, let's understand AI. We've heard a lot about artificial intelligence, and I'm sure most of us have looked at the movies and we've seen the Terminator and the Matrix and so many countless other sci-fi movies with AI, and we look at it as that. But what is AI as it relates to business, and especially your business? Well, it's a simulation of your human intelligence, but it's processed by machines that can learn. The learning algorithms out there are learning at a rapid pace, and it gives what is given. So the information that you give it, it gives back to you. So if you're giving bad information or you're not giving enough information, it's not giving enough, or it's not giving the best information it can give back to you. So you want it to solve these complex problems. You want it to make your decisions easier because it's based off of data, off of facts. Let's put it into financial terms. A calculator doesn't make you smarter if you know math. If you know math, you can use a calculator in ways that the novice won't know how to use a calculator. So, same thing with AI. AI isn't here to replace you as an accountant. It isn't here to do better financial decisions. It's here really to assist you and to provide you the leverage to take a lot of data, to comprise all of that data, to give it back in a way that you can make a quick decision and you can instruct it to do a different action and take a different course to get different results. So that's pretty much what AI is there for. It's there to assist you, not to replace you. It's there to take what you have and streamline it and make it faster for you to do what you need to do versus for you to be lazy and pretty much think it's going to take over everything for you. And that's one thing a lot of business owners have struggled with, because either A, they think it's here to take their position, or B, they get lazy and they just pretty much put in very broad information and they expect for it to take it and run and not do anything from that point on. And that's not what AI does. It automates some of these processes and improves the accuracy, but you still have to train it. All right. So, how can you leverage it for your practice? Well, the first thing I want to say is you can attract more clients. It can help you attract more clients and close more clients, because now you can personalize the recommendations, you can personalize the communication. All of that now can be personalized to give that level of attention that a lead would want, and also a client would want, that they normally would not get if you had to basically communicate with each and every single person each and every time they wanted to communicate with you. Also, you understand how much time it takes to go through the financials and to go through all the data with one account, let alone several accounts. Well, AI now can go through that data within minutes, which used to take you hours, maybe even days to go through. And it can take that information, it can pull it in, and it can give you back the information that you need to make a better decision. So now, how does that work when it comes to attracting clients? Well, it can now pull in information and say, this actual client here is better suited for you because they have this situation based on these behaviors that they have, these numbers that they have. You get to see the clear picture. And based on that, I would recommend this be their course of action. And you can tailor their actual service or their solution based on these recommendations. Now, it's something that you would have done yourself, but it would have taken you a whole lot longer to do so. This now can do it within minutes. You can get it off your plate. You can move on to the next task. The next will be retaining your clients. Now, how do you retain your clients? Well, first is offering them a better experience, better service. Like I said, the first thing that attracted me to an accountant that I was using was the fact that their process was so well put together that I felt valued. Before, you didn't know how well the service would be until a problem arose. Now it's like, well, I love their process, how they keep in touch. I love the level of attention that they have. I love the communication. Well, the only way that they can do that is if they have the resources and the time available to do so. And AI provides you the resources because it can automate the communication, it can automate the invoicing, it can automate some of the day-to-day tasks, it can automate a lot of the number crunching, it can automate all those things, and it frees up your time because you don't have to do it physically yourself. So you can now focus on providing that more personalized service to your clients. So that's how it can help you retain clients. I just want you to, you can raise your hand, put an emoji up, put it in the chat. How many of you know you've lost clients and it's not based on the level of actual service that you provided? It's based on the experience they've had or lack of experience they've had that made them move to someone else. It wasn't because you didn't do your job as far as the service that you said you provide. It was more of that connection, more of that personal touch they didn't feel that they moved on. So a lot of times customers, clients will move on to another company and it has nothing to do with the actual product or service that they were promised. It's more about that connection than anything else. So this gives you a way that you can provide a connection that's ideal, and people will really enjoy the experience with you. And even if something happens, because sometimes things happen, they will give you the courtesy of making it right because you have built a business relationship with them versus you're just a commodity to where whenever they need the service, that's the only time y'all communicate, and it's really only about that, and it's no personal touch at all. It's like talking to a machine, and it's funny that we say talking to a machine, and we're talking about AI as a machine learning, giving you a more humanized touch. So how do we implement it? I know you're saying, okay, well, you've given me all the things that it can do, but implementing is going to be hard to do. It's going to be challenging. I'm not technical. I need to figure out how to do it. Well, really, implementing is not as challenging as you may think, but it does take a little bit of planning. Planning and preparation will help you implement the right strategy versus chasing a lot of shiny objects. And instead of wasting a lot of time with a lot of theories out there, the key is if you plan, you understand your business, you understand what you offer, you understand your intentions, you understand your audience, you can now plan where AI comes in, where it does not. You can plan what type of information you need from AI. You can plan what type of communication that it will have and when and to who. All of that is in the strategy. And that's something that I actually provide my clients. I provide that strategy. So when, who, where, and how to do your marketing. So you need to carefully consider what needs to be done first and how to use the AI before you just jump out there and say, well, this is ChatGPT. Let me just use ChatGPT, or let me just use Watson, or let me just use some of these other AI tools out here without fully understanding what you need, fully understanding what your goals are. The tools are just tools. If you think about back in the days with the 49ers, the days of the 49ers, just because you were sold a shovel and a pick doesn't mean you're going to strike gold. You still had to go out there and do the work. So the tool didn't work itself. The tool is just a tool. But with these types of tools, you have a lot more power than a shovel and a pick. And the tools can run themselves after being trained. But you have to make sure that they're trained properly. And that's very important. So, in conclusion, I would like to say that leveraging AI, you can do things such as you can do your ads, you can do your marketing campaigns, you can also leverage your email communication, text communication, you can leverage your phone calls, you can leverage your entire marketing operation, as well as you can leverage some of your day-to-day operation. One big thing that you can leverage would be scheduling of appointments. And I know in your business, the scheduling of your appointments are very important to you, because you don't want people just walking in any time of the day asking you about whatever may be on their mind. You want to be more organized than that. Well, you can schedule the appointments and actually have it work to where not only does AI schedule the appointments for you, it makes sure that it keeps the appointments for you, it transcribes and summarizes the actual appointments for you, and it does the follow-up for you. So that is another thing that it can do that can help you. But it helps you stay ahead of all of your competitors, because if your competitors aren't doing it, it's as if they're fumbling all around and you are organized. And people come to you for your organization. They come to you for your talent of knowing how to be very efficient. And so you're being very efficient with this. So that is some of the power. I'm not going to get too deep into the hows and go too deep in the weeds. I just wanted to pretty much scratch the surface with this, so you can see that it is something that you can leverage as a tool to grow your business. And then if you're interested, I have an actual small group where we will get into the weeds. We will get into the question and the answer, and the right tools to use, and your particular use case on how to implement it within your practice. So if you're interested in that, the link is here. You can apply for the next cohort. We're not taking everybody. It is something that we want to make sure that you are very serious about your business and you're very intentional, so we can rapidly get you set up, get you ready to go, automate the whole process. And once the process is automated, you can start spending your time on the more important things versus just doing busy work. So thank you once again for attending and joining. And if you've caught the replay of this, thank you for watching the replay. At any time, you can reach out to me. My name is Jeff Beal. I'm known as Mr. Marketology. You can find me at mrmarketology.com. You can also find me on social as Mr. Marketology. And feel free to schedule a marketing assessment, or you can apply for the cohort at any time. Thank you once again, and I will talk with you soon and later. And I wish you the best of success.